My name is Professor Von Snuffit, and today I will be telling you about the brave, the heroic, and the somewhat true story of Apollo 11. In the early years of the 1960s, President Kennedy wanted to send man to the moon and the deepest parts of space. But, unfortunately, he was trying to beat the Russians to space. But the Russians sent Sputnik first to space, unfortunately. Rather sad story, too. Anyways, after years of research, the Americans were ready to send Apollo 11 to the moon with a heroic team of 3 men. So, on July 16th of 1969 at 9:32 a.m., Apollo 11 was ready to launch. Now we take you to Apollo 11, which is a really smashing scene where the rocket takes off and Alright, we're ready to make the final check on everything. Alright. Docking clamps.
Check.
Fire extinguisher.
Check.
Communications.
Check.
Cameras.
Check.
Donuts.
Check.
Spaceship.
Check. Check.
Rescue crew.
Check.
Astronauts.
Check.
Alright, we're all ready. How are you doing, Armstrong?
Engines.
Check.
Navigation.
Check.
Life support.
Check.
Communications.
Check.
Barf bags.
Check.
Restraint harnesses.
Check.
Lunar lander.
Hang on. Check.
Airlock seals.
Check.
Cargo.
Check.
We're ready for launch.
Alright, let's go.
Dun 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 dun.
So, since Armstrong, Collins, and Buzz are going to the moon, and it takes 6 days to get to the moon, I'm just going to go to the break room. Shut up back there! I'm talking! Can't you see? Anyways, time for a break. So then he said, if you can believe it, turnips? What's up with that? Wait a minute. What? Hey, is that the camera guy? What's he doing? Is that the camera? Is he holding a... What are you doing? Cut that out. Hey, cut. That's not right. Look, the moon. We finally made it.
That's no moon, that's a space station.
Oh no, enemy fighter. That must be a communist ship. They're trying to beat us to the moon. Shoot them down. It's all clear for the moon. Let's go! Light speed. So, thanks to the heroic efforts of the team, the enemy spaceship was destroyed. But unfortunately, in the star battle, the spaceship was damaged, and they had to eject some of the spaceship parts. But, thanks to the heroic efforts and the great piloting of Collins, the spaceship was able to stay intact. Well, the part they needed. So then, Armstrong and Buzz were preparing to land on the moon, leaving Collins to boredly sit up in space for hours on end until they returned. So now, we will take you to Neil Armstrong's and Buzz's heroic efforts on the moon.
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Let's start making base.
Collins, it's Armstrong. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. Well, we've set up base camp, and we've got the supplies out, and we're conducting our experiments. Hang on, here comes Buzz. He should be bringing back some supplies.
Armstrong, I was followed by an army of communist robots. We've got to prepare to defend the base.
All right, get in the Rover Defender. I'll get my gun. Look, here they come.
Pew pew.
What?
Pew
What?
pew.
What? What?
Pew.
What? What?
Pew 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 pew.
Meow, meow.
Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew.
Zap, 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 zap,
Pew pew
zap,
pew 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 pew.
Zap, zap. We got one.
Pew
Zap,
pew
zap,
pew
zap,
pew
zap,
pew.
zap, zap,
Pew
zap,
pew.
zap, zap,
Pew
zap,
pew.
zap, 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 zap.
Look, they're retreating.
No, they're not. They're coming back with reinforcements. Zap, 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 zap.
Look, aliens have come to help us.
Hooray! Armstrong, I'm going to drop a bomb. Get out of the way.
Roger that.
We're going to take out those aliens, those robot scum where it hurts. Thank you, aliens, for all your help and for defeating the communist robots. Larg, honk, larg, larg, honk, honk, larg. Okay, well, anyways, I think we should be going. We're going to leave all this stuff with you for your thanks and efforts and help and all that jazz. So, see you around, aliens. Blarg, honk, honk, blarg, blarg. So thus ends the story of Apollo 11. The somewhat, and I put emphasis on somewhat, true story of Apollo 11. Our brave heroes returned back to Earth, landing in the ocean. And that is the end. Doodoo, 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 doodoo. Do 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 do.